The vision of Brotherhood Sister Soul began in 1994 in Providence, Rhode Island. Jason Warwin and I were childhood friends and seniors in college, and we began doing work on the south side of Providence. We weren't intending to start a nonprofit, but we began working with a group of young men who were disconnected in so many ways, and we learned a lot from that experience. And when we came back to New York City in 1995, we formed a nonprofit to serve young people in Harlem.
I grew up here in New York City. I grew up in a time period when crack was king. There's a lot of violence, drugs, racism that surrounded my experience growing up. And after graduating from high school, I knew I wanted to do something to create change in my community.
We began with 45 young men in East Harlem and on the Lower East Side. And we just realized that young men needed comprehensive support, education, and guidance in their life to navigate the kind of conditions that were existing in Harlem and in New York then, and that continue, unfortunately, to exist today.
It was really critical for us to help them to develop their moral outlook, their view on what was right and what was wrong, develop a code that they could live their lives by.
From the very founding of Brotherhood Sister Soul, we knew that we wanted the organization to be a co-educational space, that we wanted it to serve young women and young men. And so after doing work for basically 4 years, we began the program of Sister Soul, which was incorporated fully, and so that the Brotherhood Sister Soul became a co-educational, multi-engagement space for young people, and so that there were no distinctions in terms of how we served young men and young women in terms of what were the opportunities for them. But obviously you had to adjust programming to best serve young men and young women in different ways.
The Brotherhood Sister Soul is an internationally renowned social justice organization. We really operate in 3 interconnected spheres. First and foremost, we are a youth development organization working to support young people ages 8 through 22. We help them to define their beliefs, to establish a moral code, define their voice, speak truth to power, and help them to define what it is they want to achieve with their lives and pursue their potential.
The second is training people on the field, training folks to do similar work in their communities based on our curricula. And then the third area of our work is really trying to affect policy and social justice issues that create the very conditions that our young people have to face every single day. Those 3 have now really come together as the 3 pillars of the organization to undergird everything that we do.
We help our members break cycles of poverty by engaging them in opportunities to develop their minds, develop their critical thinking skills, develop their agency so that they can act for themselves and pursue their true potential.
It's an incredible opportunity to take young people internationally. We have the International Study Program that allows us to take young people to study for a month with us in Ghana and in Haiti and in Cuba, and Brazil and South Africa. So young people spend 6 months with us researching the politics and history and culture of these nations, and then spend a month with us embedded in those nations, engaging with other young people through NGO relationships that we have. It's an incredible opportunity to take a young person from Harlem, from the South Bronx, and then it's spending a month in a country like that. It's the development of global awareness, connection to one's culture and history, understanding that this is a world where the majority of people are Black and brown and connect to their own experience. It's a transforming opportunity for young people, and so we're very proud to be able to provide that.
Our Rites of Passage program model is a 4 to 6 year model. It's single sex for girls and for boys. And the idea is that they'll be able to formulate definitions for sister, woman, leader, for man, brother, leader, that are just not words on the paper, but really become the guidelines for how they choose to live their lives. That they use their mission statement as a way to build community with one another and to hold each other to a core group of morals and values that guide them not just when they're in high school, but when they graduate and become adults.
In 1999, we purchased the brownstone on a residential block in Harlem, renovated it, and moved in 2000. And it was our home, our beloved home, until 2018. But we outgrew it. We had hundreds of young people and over 30 staff using a space built for a family. And so we had to move into transitional housing as we build our new 20,000 square foot building. We're told that this is the only building of its kind being built in the city of New York. This is going to be a building built inspired by our themes of positivity, knowledge, community, and future. Our architect has designed a building focused on the enlightenment of children, a space for their cultural development and political education, all adjacent to a 3-lot environmental education center where our young people can have their hands in the earth and build and grow crops. This is a profoundly unique space built solely for the development of young people.
I love this work because I've seen and experienced over the years the change that has come. I've witnessed young people grow into adults who are actually parents, who are engaging their community, who are living lives to help to make this world a better place. I've seen that for myself. I've seen the results. And so for me, it's an absolute honor to be able to dedicate my life to helping to raise the next generation of young people who will continue to carry the torch, the legacy of struggle that our ancestors, passed on to us. It's a real joy to be able to wake up every day and have that be my daily activity, what I dedicate my life to trying to achieve.